Hey y'all, I'm back with another video. I know it's been a good minute since I've created a video. I'm in my second semester of dental school, and even though I'm taking less credit hours, there's more work that is being thrown at me, and I'm still feeling like I'm operating off of a 42 credit hour schedule. I'm just like, okay, yes, I have more time in my day. I'm still like, I don't see where I can breathe a little bit, but hey, it comes with the territory. This is what I signed up for. However, I'm making this video now to share with those who either one did not get a chance to attend our Impressions Day here at DCG, as well as those who did attend DCG's Impressions Day. I'm trying to speak to both of those demographics, but more so those who did not attend, how to maximize this opportunity and ensure that it's not a wasted opportunity. So, right out the gate, let me just explain what is Impressions Day because I'm shocked. There have been some of you all now who've been watching my videos that one didn't even know what Impressions Day was, and two, the significance of attending an Impressions Day. So, right out the gate, let's just discuss what is Impressions Day. And honestly, Impressions Day is a 1 day event where college students register and then are cordially invited to visit our campus, in this case, the Dental College of Georgia. You visit the campus, and so you see a day in the life of a dental student. So you may attend various panels, you may participate in various sim lab activities. I know for us, we did waxing, we did some drilling, we did some alginate impressions, and then also you attend mock interviews. So that's essentially what it is. It's a day in the life of a dental student, and you're touring the school and just seeing what all this school has to offer. Now, with that being said, what all occurred throughout the day at our Impressions Day here at DCG, and I'm gonna just try not to be too long-winded. So essentially, with us, there were tours of the school. So you can see our facility, you can see junior clinic, senior clinic, you can see where us D1s, D2s, where the sim lab is at, where we have waxing practicals, where we have operative practicals. Then you get to see the practice lab that's open to anybody. You get to meet the faculty and staff here. Also, there are mock interviews that the admissions committee hand selected those individuals because they have experience of participating with the admissions process and know what to look for in potential candidates here at DCG and can give the pre-dents advice on what they need to work on. Then we had various panels. So yeah, we had various panels. So one, there's a student panel that consisted of a total of 8 students. There was 2 representatives from each class here at DCG. And what I liked, everybody had their own perspective on what they witnessed or experienced here at dental school. They took questions from Dr. Messer, who is one of the individuals on the admissions team. So they answered her questions, and then it shifted to where the student staff, it's been a long day, bear with me, in which the student panelists were taking questions from individuals from the crowd on what was it like transitioning from undergrad to dental school? What is it like as a dental student? How do you detox from a long day as a dental student? Or to the D4s, hey, now that y'all about to graduate, literally in a few more months, how do you feel? Are you prepared? Are you nervous? Elaborate on that. So I really did like the student panel. There was also an alumni panel. I managed to sit in on this a little bit because I was heavily involved with my role for SNDA and making sure that my task was executed efficiently, but I had enough time to sit in on the alumni panel. And what I liked was there was 3 of them. The African American lady, she's in a GPR residency, so she got to share her experience of, yes, I'm an alumni, but this is what it's like in my residency. The African American male, he's actually practicing in corporate America, but with his own practice though, he really got to share, hey, this is what I'm like. This is the personality of my practice. This is what I allow, this is what I don't allow, this is what I learned in dental school, but then I had to take the initiative on my own to put the piece of the puzzle together because this is what I may have overlooked while I was in dental school. And then the third individual, the older lady on the panel, she said, hey, I think she's been removed from dental school 20 or 30 years. I forgot what that number was. So she had the most experience, and she said, hey, this is what all I've experienced and seen as a dentist with my own private practice. So I got to get a fresh take or a unique perspective from three of those individuals, which I found to be very profound in my mind. Also, Kevin Frazier, the vice dean, um, he got to speak. I like that gentleman a lot. He has a very bubbly personality. And one thing about him, no matter what topic of dentistry you throw at him, you know how when sometimes when people have a conversation with you, you can tell that it's just fluff. No, the man is speaking straight facts, but in addition to that, he is providing sustenance there. It's like, wow, it makes you want to listen and do your own research in addition to what he just instilled in you. Also, we had a guest speaker. She's also an alumni. She works, or excuse me, she practices dental medicine in the local area here in Augusta. Her name is Dr. Range. My gosh, her resume is so dense because she received a number of accolades. I was just like, whew. But she's very humble and approachable. I remember approaching her after Impressions Day, and I asked her, I was like, hey, what kept you going? And the one thing she shared with me was that what kept me going was helping those who are trying to come behind me, meaning that, yes, I have been in the industry for a while now, and I may be up in age. However, when an individual comes to me trying to follow in my footsteps, I try to share the knowledge that I gained throughout my years in this profession and bestow it onto them so that they can be the great dental clinicians of their generation. So I thought that was really nice of her. Also, besides the panelists or those who were speaking, there was various activities going on inside of our simulation lab. We had waxing, in which in which some of the students was able to use one of the instruments, melt the wax, and try to manipulate the wax onto the shape that was on like a wax figure. And there was some good people got some good hand-eye coordination and patience. I knew for me, mine was horrible. It wasn't until I got here and I bought the electric waxer, in which my waxing skills got better. But for what I saw with those students, they did very well. Also, there was some drilling, class one prep. Some students got to do that as well. Also, students got to do alginate impressions. I know right now I'm taking intro to dental sciences, so we're beginning to get our feet wet with making alginate impressions. I know there was one candidate, I got video of him trying to separate his alginate impression from the maxillary arc, and he was a little nervous, but for what he produced, it was good work. I was impressed. So I'm like, okay, I thought that was nice of him to at least allow me to video him, and I'm proud of him for what he produced. Mock interviews. That's another thing I was going to say. Mock interviews. Yes, there were, I think, a total of 13 different individuals on the faculty and staff who actually got to spend, I want to say, 30 to 40 minutes doing mock interviews with 6 to 7 students in their group throughout the day, giving them feedback on what they did right, what they did wrong in their interview, what the school is looking for, how one needs to carry themselves, their posture when they are in the interview, how they effectively communicate, maintaining that eye contact. I wasn't in the room when the mock interviews are being had, but that is essentially what the individual who was in charge of doing those mock interviews was looking for with the attendees here at our Impressions Day. Now, I want to get down to how do you maximize this? Yeah, I discussed what we did throughout the day, but how do we maximize your time here? I wrote down a little list, so just bear with me because I feel as though these are some of the most important ones. Number one, getting the opportunity just to attend Impressions Day is important, and to a certain extent, it can strengthen your application. And I'm choosing my words very carefully because attending Impressions Day shows that you're serious about attending this school. And when you all do get that interview here at DCG, they may ask somebody on the admissions panel, whether it's one on one or another faculty and staff member who is just wanting to get to know you since you are a candidate. They may ask, like, hey, well, what all have you done to show that you're really interested in attending DCG? That's one of the things you can say. Hey, I attended Impressions Day. I know I did. I said, yeah, I attended. In addition to what you all asked me, meaning the grades, shadowing, volunteering, I also attended Impressions Day in 2023. And also for me, way back in the day, 2012. So I said I attended 2 Impressions Days. And yeah, you all were consistent throughout each and every single time I attended Impressions Day. And I know for a fact I want to come here. So that's tip number 1. Secondly, talk to current students. D1s, 2s, 3s, 4. We basically survived what you all are wanting to walk through. Meaning, how did you all get inside this school? Hey, this is what we did. This is what you should not do. This is what you really need to do. And when you talk to these students, now that's part of your survival kit. I know a couple of the recent attendees at this Impressions Day was like, hey, Wes, I saw you on YouTube and it's nice to see you in person. Like, wow, that caught me off guard, number 1. But they said, I really do thank you so much for these videos that you produce, because now I've taken that critical information you provided or shared in your videos. That's now part of my survival guide, and I would have never known. So while you are here, yes, talk to the D1s, D2s, D3s, D4s. That's another way of getting your name out there so that you can be known amongst the school, here at the school. Another piece of advice that I will give is that I just want to say that observe the culture. And what I mean by that is you are interviewing us as well. Everybody here at this school, we're evaluating all of you all like, okay, could they fit into the culture, community here at DCG? But you all also need to evaluate us as well. Okay, is our faculty and staff approachable? Okay, is the facility clean to your liking, or do you like how we have the latest and greatest technology to where you feel as though it can really help you while you're getting educated here? Um, do, do you like the diversity? Diversity, we all know what diversity means according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, but people have their own definition. So whatever diversity means to you, do we appeal to that? Because you have to keep in mind, you're going to be in dental school on average for 4 years. I understand there are some schools out there that are 3-year programs, but you need to attend Impressions Day because you don't want to attend a school just fixate on let me get in, let me get in, let me get in. It's not a good fit. And more importantly, it could really be expensive. And you're there being miserable for 4 years. You don't like the personality of the school. It's expensive. And you're trying to survive each and every single day and stay above water. That's a miserable 4 years. So please just don't be so fixated on let me just solely talk to the admissions committee. You need to really take it all in because, mind you, there were some people that didn't even get the registration invite to actually come to Impressions Day, which leads me to my next point. Please be mindful about having a narrow-minded focus. I know a lot of people, for us here at DCG, a lot of individuals wanted to talk to Dr. Messer or Miss Perry, but please do not overlook or underestimate other faculty and staff members. These people down here do talk, and you don't want to rub someone the wrong way, in which that information gets back to Dr. Messer and Miss Perry, and you got your wish, you will be able to talk to them, but you're on their radar for all the wrong reasons. The Impressions Day is not the time. It's not the time to just say, well, I just want to talk to one of these 2 ladies and brush other people off. Just don't do it. Please don't. You already heard it's competitive to get inside this school, and you don't want your actions to come back in some way, shape, form, or fashion and hurt you and ultimately prevent you from getting inside this school. So that's why I said, hey, make sure you talk to everybody. Talk to the other faculty and staff members, whether or not they are on the admissions committee. Talk to the students. Don't limit yourself and don't sell yourself short. So please take that to heart. Also, make sure you take notes. I remember the most commonly asked question people are always asking, what can I do to get in? What can I do to get in? What can I do to get in? Well, if you pay attention in these panels, these people will low key tell you what you need to do to get in. I remember when I attended Impressions Day in 2023, there was one girl, I believe she was a D3 or a D4, and someone asked the question, I think it was about grades or the DAT score. There was something in that atmosphere or realm. And so the girl was just like, yeah, I'll be transparent. My grades was not the strongest, not the highest, but yet at the same time, what I decided to do was apply early in the process. I just said, God, if it's meant for me, great. I'm going to apply early, do the best that I can. And now look, I'm a D4. So with me, I was like, oh, okay. It sounds like her situation is similar to mine. So after that student panel in 2023, I found that girl. I was like, hey, can you talk? She said, oh, hey, not right now. I'm busy. Got her contact information, set up a day and time to speak with her. And she could really elaborate and take her time about why her grades were the way they were, but what she did to overcome that obstacle. I took that information she shared with me, Wesleyanized it, took it, ran with it, and now look, I'm a D1. So that's why I just say that take notes. These people will tell you what they're looking for. You may think, okay, who is this person talking? Or, all right, now this is the guest speaker. If you really listen to what these people are saying, you can put two and two together and connect the dots and say, oh, okay, this is what I need to put in my application to help me stand out or make me a competitive candidate to at least get the interview, shine in the interview, and gain acceptance. So that's another take home message. Also, I would say please write a thank you note or a follow up with those who may have interviewed you or you may have interacted with. I know for me, I followed up with the lady who interviewed me in 2023. I forgot her name. I think her niece a name. I think her name. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I forgot the lady's name. But the point is, I followed up with her and said, "Hey, thank you for interviewing me. My name was Wesley Clark. I know I was one of a number of students that day, but I just want to say thank you. And if you can give me feedback on my interview answer that I relayed to you earlier in the day." And she said, "No, I remember you verbatimly. You were the African American male, the hair, the beard. I swear, the hair and beard, people remember me for." And she said, no, the answer you gave was great. She did give me good news and bad news. She said the bad news is, hey, you went on a little bit too long, but just pull it back. However, what you shared with me in front of everybody in that room, it resonated with me because what you went through in life was very serious. But in my mind, I was like, okay, that affected him mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. But how did it affect his grades? And it left me wondering, like, yeah, how did it affect your grades? But for the sake of time, we couldn't elaborate even more, but you left a profound impact on me. And just a quick blurb, very quickly, I wound up meeting that doctor again last semester on my way to, I think it was waxing or operative. I was like, hey, you're Dr. So-and-so. And she was like, yes, I am. Who are you? And I said, my name is Wesley Clark. You were doing the mock interviews in 2023. And I shared with you how I went through a profound event, life-changing event in my life. And she was like, oh, wait, are you a student here now? And I said, yeah, I'm a D1. And she said, wow, this is a full circle moment. I always wondered what happened to you. And now you're here and we're technically colleagues. I mean, she's an established dentist and I'm a D1, but still at some point in time we may work together. So she was like, it's really nice that you are here. And man, just to think 2 years ago, you was at the Impressions Day in 2023, but now you're here as a student. That is awesome. And I'm proud of you. So continue to build that rapport with the students that you met here on Impressions Day, as well as those who interviewed you. And more importantly, and last but certainly not least, I cannot express this enough. Please, 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 when the link goes live, more often than not, it will be on our social media page, Instagram. Please not only sign up immediately, but also make sure you pay as well. Because, and just hear me out, for so long, people who attended Impressions Day, it was the same individuals from the same schools, and people wasn't given the opportunity to attend Impressions Day. So now what we are doing, SNDA, we are trying to ensure that we cater to those who've never been before. So everybody who attended this past year's or event, Impressions Day, literally a week ago, that's what I'm trying to say, who attended this event a week ago, they were first timers. I don't know. It's just that it's very weird that some of the pre-dents that I talk to, they're like, well, I want to go to Impressions Day as many times as possible because I want to get in. I know I've been to Impressions Day 4 times in a row or 5 times in a row, and I know I'm going to get in. And I'm like, no, that's not true, because one of my classmates right now, he never went to Impressions Day and he got in. So I don't understand people's psyche, but one time is enough. And given those tips that I just shared with you, you can now take that information and run with it. But again, for those of you who have never been and want to go, and this will be your first time to go, you got to sign up immediately and you need to pay as well. Just this recent Impressions Day, it came out that we had over 500 applications, but we only allotted room for 200. And all I can say is, hey, keep in contact with us, SNDA. I'm a member. Keep in contact with one of us, and we'll let you know, like, hey, the link will go live soon. Just continue to check back on our Instagram, because everybody wants to attend Impressions Day to get an inside look about, what DCG is like, and people have their hearts set on DCG, but you can't be laxy daisy with this. You can't. So with that being said, didn't want to take up too much of your time. This is another video of mine. I hope this helps those who either one wants to go to Impressions Day and now you have an idea of what you're walking into. And for those who did attend this past year's Impressions Day, now that you have this information, you know how to take it and run with it. With that being said, thank you for watching another video of mine. Now that we are slowly, wow, time passed by so fast. Now that we are slowly heading towards the next application season opening up for now, those seeking to be part of the class of 2031, I will be making some videos about different aspects of the application process. So stay tuned for those videos in the near future. Again, thank you wherever you are at in the world for watching my video. Peace and love. Take care. Have a great day.